In the darkest corners of the night, where the moon hung low and the stars gleamed like distant promises, there soared a pilot unlike any other. Captain Saraphina Delacroix was a creature of the night, both in her profession and her true nature. She was a vampire, cursed with immortality and a thirst for blood that could only be sated by the crimson nectar of the living. Born into the world of aviation in the early 20th century, Saraphina was a pioneering spirit. She was enamored with the idea of conquering the skies, of soaring above the clouds and leaving the world behind. But her dream was complicated by her vampiric nature, which made her sensitive to the burning rays of the sun. So, she had to adapt, finding solace in the inky darkness of the night sky. Saraphina's transformation into a vampire had occurred during the First World War. She had been a nurse, tending to wounded soldiers on the front lines of France. One fateful night, a vampire had come to the battlefield, drawn by the scent of blood and death. In the chaos of battle, the creature had attacked Saraphina, draining her of her life force before disappearing into the night. But instead of dying, Saraphina had been reborn as a vampire herself. Her new existence was fraught with challenges. She had to hide her true nature from the world, assuming different identities and professions over the decades. She had become an expert in creating false documents, forging her way through life as a perpetual traveler. But her love for aviation never waned, and she pursued her passion with a single-minded determination. In the present day, Saraphina was the captain of a private jet, one of the best in the business. Her passengers were wealthy elites who valued her discretion as much as her piloting skills. They never suspected that their pilot was a creature of the night, for Saraphina had mastered the art of concealing her vampiric traits. She had a voracious appetite for blood, but she had learned to feed discreetly, never leaving a trace of her true nature. On one particularly moonlit night, Saraphina was preparing for a flight from New York to Paris. The plane was ready, and her passengers, a wealthy couple, were on board. As the engines roared to life, Saraphina felt a surge of excitement. Flying at night always made her feel more alive, even though she was far from it. The flight was smooth and uneventful, with the passengers quickly settling into their luxurious seats. Saraphina's keen vampire senses allowed her to detect the subtlest changes in the atmosphere, making her an exceptionally skilled pilot. She guided the plane through the night sky with grace and precision, the city lights below gradually giving way to the vast darkness of the Atlantic Ocean. As the hours passed, Saraphina's thirst began to gnaw at her. She had planned for this, having fed on a willing donor before the flight. But the craving never truly disappeared, it lingered in the depths of her being, a constant reminder of her curse. She knew that in a few hours, when her passengers were asleep, she would have to feed again. The couple on board was celebrating their anniversary, and they had brought a bottle of expensive champagne with them. They invited Saraphina to join them in a toast, a gesture of appreciation for her impeccable service. She accepted with a gracious smile, hoping the alcohol would dull her cravings for a while. As the champagne flowed, the passengers grew more relaxed and soon drifted off to sleep. Saraphina watched them for a moment, her fangs itching with hunger.